Hello students, I, Mrs. Madhvi Mhatre, welcome you all in the next lecture of Mathematics 1. I hope all of you are doing well at home. We are studying chapter number 2, that is quadratic equations. In this, we have seen the general form of quadratic equations, that is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. And afterwards, we have learned the concept of roots of quadratic equation. The values of the variable that satisfy the given quadratic equation are called the roots of the quadratic equation or the solution of quadratic equation. Afterwards, we have started with methods of solving quadratic equations. There are various methods to solve quadratic equations. Out of that, we have started with the very first method, that is factorization method. In that, we are discussing solved examples. So let us go further in the solved examples. So all of you, please open your textbook in front of you and you be ready with your pencil. At the same time, you keep your notebook and pen also ready so that you can write down the solutions immediately. Okay, so let us start with the solved examples. Now, up to 3 we have discussed. Now this is fourth solved example. X square is equal to 3. Let us write down the equation properly. That means all the terms we are going to write on left hand side and then equal to 0 on right hand side. So this equation we can write as x square minus 3 is equal to 0. Now just compare it with the standard form, that is x square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. And then what we can find here is the middle term is missing. Okay. Here coefficient of x square is 1, that is a is 1 and c is minus 3, but the coefficient b is 0, the middle term is missing. So now here we cannot go for the factorization by splitting the middle term because middle term itself is missing. So here in this case we will think of the expansion a square minus b square. You know the formula for a square minus b square, that is a plus b and a minus b. Okay. So here you can see x square is there. But here 3 is not a perfect square. You know that 1 square is 1, 2 square is 4. So 3 is not a perfect square. Then how to write it as a square of any number? Okay. So in that case, we have to take help of irrational numbers. You know that if we write root 3, then root 3 into root 3 is 3. That means this 3 we can write as root 3 square. Okay, so this expression now we can write as x square minus root 3 square equal to 0. So now you can see here, this is of type a square and b square, where value of a is x and value of b is root 3. Now we can use the expansion of a square minus b square, that is a plus b and a minus b. So we can split these as, or we can write the factors of this particular equation as x plus root 3 and x minus root 3 is equal to 0. Okay, a plus b and a minus b. Now after getting the factors, we have to go for either or. You know that when the multiplication of two numbers is 0, then any one number is 0. So what we can write here is x plus root 3 is equal to 0 or x minus root 3 is equal to 0. So from this we will get the values of x as minus root 3 and plus root 3. See, this plus root 3 shifted to right hand side, so became minus root 3. Similarly here minus root 3 shifted to right hand side and became plus root 3. So in this way we got two roots for this particular equation. And finally you have to write down the answer as a statement, that therefore minus root 3 and plus root 3 are the roots of given quadratic equation. Okay. So what you can find is all equations are not in the same form. They may not be in the same form, that is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. They can have different forms. So accordingly, we also need to change our method. Okay, like in the previous lecture, we saw where the third term was missing. Only first and second term was present. That time we took common. Okay, so accordingly, you need to change the method or the way of the solution. Okay, so here you have to think and act. Now let us discuss one more solved example which is again different. Okay, so let us go towards the fifth solved example here. All of you see in your textbook. Okay, so this is the example. 6 root 3 x square plus 7x is equal to root 3. Okay, so let us write down the equation in standard form. That means all the terms let us take on left hand side. So this root 3 we will shift to LHS and the equation will become 6 root 3 x square plus 7x minus root 3 is equal to 0. Now see, this equation is in the form of ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. And we have to use factorization method. That means we have to split the middle term. For that purpose, the very first step is you have to go for multiplication of a and c. Okay, the coefficient of first term into coefficient of last term. So when we do it, see 6 root 3 into minus root 3, we are going to get minus 18. Okay. Now by using this number, we have to split the middle term. We have to find two numbers such that the multiplication is 18 and difference is plus 7. Okay. I told you why to think of the difference because here sign is minus. If sign is plus, we are thinking of addition. If sign is minus, we are thinking of difference or subtraction. So two numbers whose multiplication is 18 and difference is 7. So these two numbers are 9 into 2. 9 2s are 18 and 9 minus 2 is 7. Then I told you that for the sign of bigger number, you have to see the sign of middle term. Here middle term is positive. That means the bigger number is positive. So here the numbers are plus 9 and minus 2. Okay, we can split minus 18 as plus 9 and minus 2. Okay, so this middle term plus 7x we can write as plus 9x minus 2x. Okay, so let us split the middle term. First term as it is. See, the middle term is split 9x minus 2x. And the last term as it is minus 3 is equal to 0. Okay, this step is very much important. Now after this, again the next task is to take out common. Once again, you can find that here irrational numbers are there. So taking out common is little bit difficult here. Like you can see here, 6 and 9, they are in table of 3. But still there is a question of this root 3. Okay. So this 9, we can split as 3 root 3 into root 3. See, root 3 into root 3 is 3 and 3 3s are 9. 9 we can write as 3 into 3 and again 3 is split as root 3 into root 3. Okay, so the two factors of 9 we can find is this way. 3 root 3 into root 3. And here you can see 6 root 3 is there. So this 6 root 3 we can write as 2 into 3 root 3. So here from this we are going to get 3 root 3 and x. That means 3 root 3x is common here in these two terms. Okay, or in the first group 3 root 3x is common. So let us take out common 3 root 3x. And when we take out 3 root 3x common here, see 3 2s are 6. That is why 2x is left out here. And from this 9 you can see I have written here. When 3 root 3 is taken out, only root 3 is left out. Okay. So inside the bracket we got 2x plus root 3. Now see these two terms. Here nothing you can see common. So in that case you have to take 1 as a common and take the same symbol which you have here. So minus 1 is taken as common and therefore here the sign of this second term is changed. That is 2x plus root 3. I told you that these two brackets should be same because again we need to take them out common. So here, without thinking much, you have to copy the same bracket here so that you will not make the mistake of sign here. See, this minus sign is taken out common. That is why here minus has become plus. Okay. Now here you can take out this bracket common. That means 2x plus root 3. And in another bracket we will get 3 root 3x minus 1. So we got two factors for this particular polynomial. Okay. The two factors are 2x plus root 3 and 3 root 3x minus 1. Okay. So after this step we have to go for either or. So we will write down here 2x plus root 3 is equal to 0 or 3 root 3x minus 1 is equal to 0. Now this root 3 we can shift to right hand side, that will become minus root 3, and then if we want to find value of x, then that will be minus root 3 upon 2. Similarly here we will get x is equal to 1 upon 3 root 3. Okay, see how it is. See, this root 3 is shifted to right hand side, so became minus root 3, and this minus 1 is shifted to right hand side, so became plus 1. Afterwards this 2 we are going to write in the denominator. Similarly here 3 root 3 we are going to write in the denominator. Okay, so we will get the values of x as x is equal to minus root 3 upon 2 or x is equal to 1 upon 3 root 3. And then we can write down that these two values are the roots or are the solutions of the given quadratic equations. That means we can write that minus root 3 upon 2 and 1 upon 3 root 3 are the roots of given quadratic equation. Okay. Now with this we have completed the discussion of solved examples. Now let us go towards practice set 2.2. Okay. So all of you please open your notebooks so that you can write down the solutions in your notebook. Practice set 2.2. Question number 1. Solve the following quadratic equations by factorization. Now out of this I am going to solve first, second, fifth, fourth and sixth. Question number 3 and 5 you will solve as homework. Okay, so mark it that these two sums you will solve as homework. See, this is simple. When I will discuss this with you, or when just now we have discussed the solved example, so solving this is possible for you. Here also this 1 upon 2 is there, so to eliminate this 2 from the denominator you will multiply by 2 and then you will get the simple equation and then you can solve by factorization. Okay, so I am solving first, second, fourth and sixth. Okay, so let us start with the first one. X square minus 15x plus 54 is equal to 0. Okay, factorization method, that means we have to split the middle term. So the very first step is to observe whether the equation is in standard form or not. That is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. So what we can observe here is, yes, the given equation is in standard form. Now the next step is to multiply a and c. That means coefficient of first term into coefficient of last term. That means 1 into 54, that is equal to 54. Correct? In solution, we have to copy down the question as it is, or we have to write down the first step as the standard form. So I have done the multiplication. 1 into 54 is equal to 54. Now the next step is to split the middle term. See, here plus 54 is there. That means I will think of addition now. So I will think of two numbers whose multiplication is 54 and addition is 15. Okay. So if you think, you will find that 54 is there in table of 9, or you can say that 54 is there in table of 6. 6 nines are 54 or 9 6 are 54. And 9 plus 6 is 15. So I got the two numbers 9 and 6. But now I have to decide the sign of these numbers. So again I will observe the middle term. Since the middle term is negative, both the numbers will have negative sign. See, minus 9 minus 6 is going to give me minus 15. And minus 9 into minus 6 is plus 54. Okay, so whenever we have positive sign, we are going to think of addition. And the second thing is that both the numbers are going to have the same sign. That means either they are positive or they are negative. They cannot have opposite sign. You cannot have minus 9 plus 6. Because minus 9 plus 6 you are going to get minus 4. Okay, you need to add. That is why the sign should be same. Okay, so we got the two numbers as minus 9s and minus 6. So this minus 15x I can write as minus 9x minus 6x. Okay, so the next step is like this. First term as it is x square. Minus 15x is split. Minus 9x minus 6x. And the last term as it is plus 54 is equal to 0. The next step is to group. So underline these two terms and these two terms. And then we have to find out common. What is common here in these first two terms? So here you can see that here there is number 1 present here. So in numbers there is nothing common, but you will find that x is common. So from these two terms you can take out x as common, and inside the bracket you will get x minus 9. And here from these two terms, as I told previously that 54 comes in table of 6. 6 nines are 54. So from 6 and 54 I can take out 6 common. But while taking out common, we have to consider the sign also. Okay, so from these two terms we will take out minus 6 common. Okay, so the step will be like this. See, from these two x is taken out common. So we have x minus 9 here. And from these two terms, minus 6 is taken out common. So here also we have x minus 9. Once again the same thing. Since minus is taken out common, the sign of the second term is changed to minus. Also you have to see that both the brackets should be same. Okay, afterwards now we can write down the factors. That means two brackets. In one bracket x minus 9, and in second bracket the remaining terms, that means x minus 6. Don't forget to write down equal to 0. In hurry you forget to write down equal to 0. See, it's an equation and it must have two sides, so you should write down equal to 0 for each and every step. Okay, now after this our regular step, either the first bracket is 0 or the second bracket is 0. So what we can write, either x minus 9 is 0 or x minus 6 is 0. So this minus 9 when we shift here it will become plus 9, and this minus 6 when we shift here it will become plus 6. So what we will get, x is equal to 9 or x is equal to 6. Now what you can observe here after solving so many examples is, see, here we are getting exactly opposite signs. See, while finding the factors here, we wrote both minus 9 and minus 6. But in answer we got plus. So whatever factors we are getting here, exactly opposite signs we are getting here. Now sometimes in MCQ they will ask you the question that out of the following equations, which equation has root 9 and 6? Then how to find these? Okay, so exactly opposite way you have to think, that 9 and 6 is there. So just put minus sign in front of that. Minus 9 and minus 6. So minus and 9 as minus 6 is minus 15. So you will select the equation where the middle term is minus 15. Okay. And the last term 54, because that gives you multiplication. Okay, but here since the answer is plus 9 and plus 6, the middle term is not positive. The middle term is going to be negative. Exactly opposite sign is going to come for middle term. So in this way you can justify or you can give the answer of MCQ question. And here we got the two solutions or two rules. Then finally you are going to write down the answer as a statement that therefore the roots of given quadratic equation are 9 and 6, or you can write down 9 and 6 are the roots of the given quadratic equation. You can frame statement in any way, okay? But the final answer carries half mark. Take a note of this. And these particular questions, they will come for 2 marks. Now see, this part whatever I have given is for your understanding. It is not compulsory for you to write in exams. If you can do it orally, then you can directly write this step, okay? All this explanation is extra. It is given to you by me to understand you better. That why we have taken these only as the factors. For 15, why we have not taken 5 and 5 into 3, or for 54, if other factors also are there, 54 multiplication is there as 27 twos are. So why we have not taken that? Why we have taken 9 and 6 only? So for that purpose, this explanation is given. Okay. Writing this part is not compulsory. Please take a note of this. Okay. Now let us go towards the second question. Question number 2. X square plus x minus 20 is equal to 0. So first of all, observe whether the given equation is in standard form or not. So yes, the given equation is in standard form, that is x square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. How to recognize? It is very simple, as I have told, that all the terms should be on left hand side and you should have equal to 0 on right hand side. Okay. Now we have to multiply the coefficient of x square and the constant, or in short we have to go for a into c. So here the coefficient is 1 and here it is minus 20. So 1 into minus 20 is minus 20. Now we have to think of splitting the middle term. Here we have minus sign. So here we will think of two numbers whose multiplication is 20 and difference is 1. See, here no number is seen, means 1 is present. X means 1x. Okay. So here we have to find two such numbers. So very easily you can guess that 5 into 4 is 20. Because 5 minus 4 is 1. So we got two numbers with multiplication 20 and difference 1. The numbers are 5 and 4. Then we need to decide the signs. So again observe the middle term. The middle term is positive. That means the sign of bigger number is positive and the sign of smaller number is negative. So here the numbers are minus 5 and plus 5 and minus 4. See, here plus sign is there. So the bigger number should have plus sign. So plus 5 and minus 4. The answer is 1, which we want here. Okay. So as I have said so many times, whenever the number is negative, you will get two numbers with opposite signs. And whenever the multiplication here is positive, then we are going to get the numbers with same sign. That means either negative or positive. But for the multiplication should be negative, the numbers should have opposite signs. And then for bigger number sign, you have to observe middle term. Since middle term is positive, the bigger number is positive. Also what we can say is 5 into minus 4 is minus 20. So now we can split this plus x as plus 5x minus 4x. Okay. So let us write down the next step. First term as it is. This middle term is split. Plus 5x minus 4x minus 20 is equal to 0. Okay. Now the next step is to group. This is the first group and this is the second group. And then taking out common. What you can observe here is from these two terms, x we can take out common. And from these two terms, we can take out minus 4 common. Because 20 comes in table of 4. So in next step, we can write it like this. Since x is common, inside the bracket, we are going to get x plus 5. and here minus 4 is common, and in second bracket obviously we are going to get x plus 5 because you know that these both the brackets are same. Okay, then here afterwards we can write down the two brackets separately. Okay, so the next step is x plus 5 in first bracket and x minus 4 in second bracket. Okay, and equal to 0. So we got the two factors. Now the next step, all of you know, it's very easy. We have to go for either or. So what we can write down, either x plus 5 is equal to 0 or x minus 4 is equal to 0. So from this, after changing the side, we will get x is equal to minus 5 or x is equal to plus 4. Okay, once again you observe, see the signs here. Here we have minus 5, but in the factors when we found in the beginning, there we have plus 5. And here we have plus 4 and here we have minus 4. Okay, so here what you will find is the signs are exactly opposite here. Here plus sign is there, but when we got the answer that time for the bigger number, we got minus as the sign. So exactly opposite signs we are getting in the answer. And the final answer you will write as statement. That means what? The roots of the given quadratic equation are minus 5 and plus 4. Okay. So I hope you must have completed the writing work. If you have not completed, you can pause the video and you can write. Okay. Now let us go towards the next question. Question number 3 you will solve as homework as I have said. Now let us go towards question number 4. Okay, so question number 4, 5m square is equal to 22m plus 15. So observe this equation. This equation is not in standard form. So first of all, convert it to the standard form. So the terms which are present on right hand side, you need to shift on left hand side. Okay, so this we can write as 5m square minus 22m minus 15 is equal to 0. See, this plus 22, when we shifted to left hand side, it became minus 22m. And plus 15, when we shifted to left hand side, it became minus 15. And don't forget to write down equal to 0. Now you will observe that the equation is in standard form. Now go towards next step. That means the multiplication of coefficient of first and the last term. Okay. So here 5 into minus 15, we are going to get minus 75. Many times what students are doing is they are not observing this coefficient. Okay, they only observe the last coefficient and they start finding the factors. Okay, in some cases you may get factors here, but now in this case, like if you try to find the factors for minus 15, then you will not get the two numbers with multiplication 15 and difference 22. Not possible. Okay, so don't forget to do this multiplication. So 5 into minus 15 is minus 75. Again, the negative number is there, so we have to think of subtraction. Two numbers whose multiplication is 75 and difference is 22. Now for 75, you have various factors. Like you can see here, 15 5s are 75. Okay. Then you have 75 ones are also. So there are various factors. But now here, since the difference is 22, it is very clear that one number is greater than 22. So think of the numbers greater than 22, or think of the numbers in which 75 comes and that number should be more than 22. So after 22 we have 23, but 75 is not coming in table of 23. Then next we have 24, not possible. So the next to that is 25. 25 3s is 75 and 25 minus 3 is 22. So our conditions are satisfied. Two numbers whose multiplication is 75 and difference is 22. So the numbers are 25 and 3. Numbers are found out. Now determine their signs. So observe the middle term. Middle term is negative. That means the bigger number is negative and the smaller number is positive. So our numbers are minus 25 and plus 3. Minus 25 plus 3, that is going to give us minus 22. And the multiplication is 75. See, minus 25 into plus 3 is minus 75. So we got the factors here for minus 75 as minus 25 into 3, which we are going to write as the middle term. We are going to split the middle term by using these particular numbers. So the next step is 5m square minus 25m plus 3m minus 15 is equal to 0. See, first step and last step we are copying as it is. Only we are splitting the middle term. Minus 22m is written as minus 25m plus 3. Okay. So let us now group it, these first two terms and last two terms, and then taking out common. Now here what you can observe is 25 comes in the table of 5. So here 5m is common. Don't take out m only as common. Take out 5m as common here. And from these two terms we can take out 3 as common, because 3 5s are 15. So the next step is like this. From these two, 5m is taken out common. So here we have m minus 5. Okay, don't write 25 in hurry. See, 5 5s are 25. So we have to write down minus 5 here. And from these two terms, 3 is taken out common. So here we have m minus 5. Okay, then the next step is to write down these two brackets. So first bracket is m minus 5 and second bracket is 5m plus 3. Then we have to go for either or. Either m minus 5 is equal to 0 or 5m plus 3 is equal to 0. Now we can shift this minus 5 towards right hand side, and then we will get m is equal to plus 5. And here this plus 3 we can shift to right hand side, and there we will get minus 3. And then m is equal to minus 3 upon 5. Okay. So in this way we got two roots. And what one more observation you can do is that whenever you have a number other than 1 in place of a, or wherever the coefficient of first term is other than 1, one root is always a fraction. One root is integer, but the other root is fraction because of this coefficient of the first term, or because of a other than 1, the one root we are getting as a fraction. Okay. So for this particular equation, we have two roots as 5 and minus 3 upon 5. Okay. That is your final answer. That the roots of the given quadratic equation are 5 and minus 3 upon 5. Okay. Now in the next lecture, we will discuss the remaining sum. Okay. Because already now time is up. And then we will go towards the next concept. Okay, students, so today we are stopping here. We will meet in next lecture. Till that, you stay home, stay safe, take care of yourself. Thank you, students.